For our 4-piece quilt block, we're doing the quarter square triangle, a bit of a mouthful. Just as we did for the half square triangles, we're going to be using 2 squares of fabric, and then from that we're going to be making our quarter square triangle. This avoids having to sew on the bias. With it being square, it helps to keep its shape. So what we need is, to make a 6.5 inch block unfinished, we need 2 squares 7.5 inches square. So I've got a pattern and a plain one for this. On the back of the lighter one, because it means I'm going to be able to see the line that I draw, I'm going to draw from corner to corner diagonally. So just line my ruler up. Don't worry too much about what you draw your line with. We're going to be cutting along this line, so it's not going to be part of our quilt. Using a washable marker. There we go. So that's my line marked. And what we're going to do is sew either side of that. So with our squares right sides together, I'm going to line those 2 up. Put the pen away. And we're going to take that to the machine and stitch either side of that drawn line. Okay then. Just put under the needle. So using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. That's the first side done. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do the other side. Okay, so once it's sewn, I'm going to cut along the mark line, take it to the ironing board, and then separate the fabrics. I'm going to press each of those triangles open. Okay, then I've pressed them. I've pressed it so that the seam is over towards the darker side. And you're going to again now lay them right sides together. You want to make sure that you have your opposite sides together, so you've got a plain and a patterned on both sides. And again, we need to draw from corner to corner. And we're going to do exactly the same and sew either side of that line with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So I've sewn either side, and again I'm going to be cutting along the marked line. So these are going to need pressing again, and then we're going to trim them, and you're going to end up with 2 1/4 square triangle blocks like that. And also always keep your bonus block to one side, and we'll come back to that. So I'm going to go and press these, and then we'll trim them up. So to trim it up, I'm going to be using my 6.5 inch ruler. Very conveniently, you've got your lines going at 45 degrees either way, and you can put the intersection there in the centre of your block with your lines matching up your seam lines. And then we're going to be trimming that to size. I'm going to do the side and the top, turn that round, and then repeat for the final two sides. So let's get all that lined up again. You can line up the sides that you've already cut. Again, top and sides. And there you have your finished quarter square triangle block.